Hi, Heidi here. I do these videos really mostly for myself, just to remember the process, remember the journey, and remember the mistakes. So I'm trying and striving to follow the carnivore way of eating. And there are mistakes. I like to say, though, see, I'm in my little office. I'm a music teacher. And I'm in my little office. My classroom is right there, but my little office area here. And I have this little poster that says, "Mistakes are proof you are trying." And I tell that to my students. And it's a good thing also to tell to myself because I know that I'm going to make mistakes. Um, but that's one way we learn. And it just proves that I'm trying. That, if you're trying to do something, you're striving to do something, you're going to make mistakes, but you keep moving on. It's proof you're trying. You made the mistake, but you get back up and do the next thing to make it better. So, that being said, we are now almost 2 weeks from the point of my journey where I decided to make a choice to, yes, it was my choice, to go ahead and, I don't know if I would say take a break from carnivore or a mini break, have a cheat day, whatever you want to call it. I'm also an Orthodox Christian, and it was Pascha 2 weeks ago. Our Easter, and it's a big celebration. It's a big religious celebration and community celebration, and so I chose that I would just go ahead and eat like a normal person, standard American fare at our picnic. And I really kind of just intended it for it to be the one day. And I thought, oh, yeah, it'll just be a day. We'll see what happens. We'll see what the consequences are. And here we are now, 2 weeks later, almost. And I have had 2 days of actual clean carnivore eating, and the rest have made some pretty poor choices of food. Um, so, I mean, part of that was right after coming back from the Pascha picnic right into the next day at school, and that entire week was Teacher Appreciation Week. So, the mind just goes, well, we're already in this place. We might as well indulge in the free treats that they bring you for Teacher Appreciation Week. And now we're like toward the end of school. And so it's like, oh, yeah, well, that's the last time we're going to have my favorite lunch. And it's probably the last time I'm going to have my favorite lunch since we're already in this place. I'm going to go ahead and indulge in this, indulge in that, or say goodbye to this, say goodbye to, like, hopefully it is indeed goodbye. Because I'm kind of off plan now, or I have been. Yesterday was a great day. I was very determined to stay clean and stay on plan, and I did. I finally was like, yeah, no matter what, I'm just gonna go ahead and eat my meat and stay on my carnivore today. And so taking it one day at a time, I think is good. Um, it's hard, and I kind of figured it would be to get back on track because that's the nature of addiction. That's the nature of the sugar and the cravings, and um yeah, but it was also my choice too. I just not emotionally ready to be in a place of complete healing, I guess. I guess I don't know how to explain that or say that, but there's a lot of emotional work that needs to be done. I've said this in a previous video, but there's a lot of emotional work that needs to be done and around things in my life and associations with food and social context and things that I I have to be ready to let go of and give up, and that I haven't been fully ready to let go of. Um, and it's like the connections that come from eating with people and the associations of the food that are the harder things I think in my mind to give up. Um, I also feel like I'm getting there, but it's taking time. And so my journey has not been perfect or immediate or anything like that because as much as I am convinced that carnivore way of eating is healthiest and is it feels good for my body, for sure. My mindset w- was slower. Like I was convinced on a logical, reasonable level, but the emotional and like the mindset around it, like the voices in the back, struggling. So I'm kind of on this track of bringing my mindset along with a slightly gentler hand to finally be okay to let go of the food and let go of the associations or to change those associations. And it's slow, it's a slower process than like my logical brain wants, but it is changing. There's a lot about my mindset that has started shifting in regard to food. So it's it's a process, and this is the process for me, and this is one reason that I wanted to document as I go along this journey, like how it works for me. And if anybody, like I said, I do this mostly for myself, but anybody that wants to watch, you're welcome to witness my journey and see these things and watch me make the mistakes and watch me be imperfect and watch my successful days. Um, but yeah, I was 2 weeks, no, more than 2 weeks. It was like 4 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks, almost a month, or a little bit over. Very strict during Lent. I stayed on beef, butter, bacon, eggs, and I lost like 15 pounds in that month, and felt so much better. There was not as much energy as I thought there would be, and so I kind of maybe go back to that and kind of think about that, work that out. Um, but definitely my body in general felt better. My brain, my mind was much better. My motivation to get things done. Wow. I mean, I did clearly have a little bit more energy at least, um, because I was motivated to do things, and that's a huge thing. So the mood shift and all that. So talking about the consequences of now being kind of yo-yo-y with carnivore in the last couple of weeks. Um, I am like, and in my last video, I kind of explained that as well. Um, but didn't really talk about the consequences in that in depth and what I'm feeling right now, what I'm feeling the last couple of days on my body, in my brain, all the things that make it clear to me how healing carnivore is and how just what an impact the standard American diet really does have on my body, which is, oh, wow. Um, so I guess I knew that my body was feeling better, but now that it's like back to like I can barely get up in the morning because my joints hurt, my knees are so much in pain. Like I could barely walk in the morning, and like a couple of times they've just like randomly I'll just be standing there and they almost like one of my left knee specifically just like buckles like for no reason. And it's just like it weakens that muscle, or like there's something, maybe the inflammation like pushes on something and it just I don't even know. It's a little bit scary though because it just like almost buckles underneath me. And the pain in my joints, ugh, through the roof kind of. And then like I feel like some arthritis in my hands. And I yeah, those are the physical consequences. Oh, and the constipation. Yeah, I know we talk about pooping the carnivore life, but yeah, some weird fiery constipation. That's not fun. Like I was having some pretty regular like a little bit of poop like every other day kind of thing. Um I also had some diarrhea. Like it's like back and forth weird, right? Like part of that is probably like when I'm eating a standard American diet, like it's almost a binge. I ate like 4 pieces of pizza, which is a lot, and so like that really caused the gastric distress. And like when I was younger, I used to do that kind of junk all the time, and just be like, whatever. Um, my body can't really handle it anymore, and so like I want to remember this. Like, okay, these are the consequences of that choice that you had like 2 weeks that you're kind of still dabbling in standard American poor diet choices, and it's making your body feel pretty bad. It's like your knees are feeling bad. I've gained back like, well, it was like I only weigh like once a week, so I haven't weighed. I I weighed last Saturday. I usually weigh on Saturday. Um, so in the 1 week, I gained back like 10 pounds. Can't remember exactly, but I think it was close to 10 pounds that I gained back in just 1 week. And I know like a lot of that is probably water weight because my body became probably really inflamed and I probably started retaining a lot of water. Um, but yeah, but that's kind of crazy. Like you kind of almost feel like, oh great, I have to start completely over. Like it took me a whole month to like lose that 15 pounds, and the course of a week, 10 is back. Um, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. It will be interesting to see once I finally get my S together again. Back on carnivore, how how that goes. If it's gonna be slow to come off again. I don't know. The main thing is how my body feels. But obviously my body is gonna feel better the more weight I lose because it's carrying around less weight and less burden on my frame. At any rate, so those are some of the deeper consequences that it's been a longer struggle to get back on. And just I'm documenting because I need to know how many weeks, if I make that choice, how many weeks is it going to take me to dig myself back out of the hole. If you choose to jump in a hole, how many weeks is it going to take you to get back out? Like, think about that before you make that choice. Um, so yeah. Um, so we're so far around 2 weeks, and we'll see how the rest of today goes. We'll see how the rest of this week goes. Like I said, it's the end of the year, and that's hard. That's a hard time for teachers. It's a very stressful time. Um, and it's also a kind of treat filled time. People like to bring stuff in, um, and it's party time, right? So party time, there's different stuff happening. um, Tomorrow, for instance, I'm having a party for my choir, and I'm supposed to bring them donuts. So like I need to think, and this is part of my process too, to rethink how to bring something special to children, because I feel kind of bad about that. I'm like, why? Because like in the cafeteria, there's like food every day, sugar, sugar, sugar. Um, like most of it's carbs, vegetables, and like very little meat. And I always encourage them to eat their meat. I'm like, hey, look, that's great, great looking piece of chicken, eat that. Um, but the standard approach and the regulations actually require them to get a fruit and a vegetable and on their plate, whether they eat it or not. And so don't get me started on food waste, but whatever. Um, and they have choice of chocolate milk every single day. When I was growing up, we had chocolate milk on Friday, but they get to have chocolate milk every day, and of course, that's what they choose every day. Because what kid wouldn't? Um, anyway, my point being, I am going to start to rethinking like for my kids next year, for my special things that I give to them, how I can switch that up and not bring sugar laden treats to show my appreciation and to have fun with them. Um, so yeah, I have to rethink that. If you guys have great ideas about that, by the way, please let me know because I would like to change it up for next year. I would like to have, um, you know, they always love special treats, but what is something I can bring them that's special that they'll be like, yeah, we enjoy that. Um, but it's also not completely sugar laden and like literally harmful to them. I know they're just kids. They're mostly fit kids. They'll get over it. They'll probably get through it. But I would like to be a good example and also just bring something that's nourishing. Anyway, ideas. Let me know. Um, So yeah, but this is where I'm at right now, and I am gonna give an update. I'm sure in the next couple of weeks we have 1.5 more weeks of school left, and I'm probably gonna be super busy and wrapped up in that. But as soon as school gets out, I will do another update and just see how the last weeks of school go. See if I'm back on track yet. If I was able to maintain, um, you know, just if I get back on track, if I'm able to maintain staying on track, and um, my next step plan. Um, yeah. So anyway, uh, always have a blessed day and just yeah, have a wonderful day and a wonderful week, and to whoever's watching and yep. Oh, which I should have said at the beginning. Christ is risen. That's part of the greeting as an Orthodox Christian. As we say, Christ is risen, indeed he is risen.